A lot of scary things. This is probably one of the worst.
Okay, and I thank you very much for coming, and it is an honor to do this. And we've had a lot of help during this, and I'm going to read this the best I can, so I want you to bear with me, and it's part of Grandpa's life. My grandfather, Ben Nield, was born on April 16, 1880 in Desert, Utah, to John and Jane Parker, the second of 8 children. He was born in a wagon box, which was being used for a bedroom in a logging camp. The tent was the kitchen. The railroad had just been built into desert, and there was work to be found at this place. His father and his uncle, Abraham Tayson, got a job hauling pitch pine timber. The people were very poor in those days, but most to eat of the plainest kind. He and his brothers J.W. went to barefooted during the winter months of the year. Those that had land and water were able to raise good crops of fruit and vegetables. His father owned a molasses mill that consisted of 2 rollers with 1 horse on the end of a sweep, which turned rollers. Most of the people raised sugar cane and brought it to the mill. It was put through the rollers and pressed out, then boiled down to make molasses. Almost every family had a barrel of molasses put away for the winter. During the fruit season, we all had a job, cutting and drying fruit. In the year of 1887, the Nield family did a lot of talking about leaving Meadow and the southern Utah, coming north into Idaho or Wyoming, where there were greater opportunities to grow and expand. In the spring of 1888, part of the family left Meadow in search of a new home. In 1889, the family made preparations to move to Star Valley. At the age of 99, Ben came to Star Valley with his family. He rode a horse from Meadow, Utah to the valley, helping drive the livestock. The Nield family was grateful and honored to bear the name of the pioneer. Ben wanted his prosperity and heritage of early Star Valley settlers, so he recorded in his journals their experience and hardship. Their first 2 homes were built of logs with a dirt floor. The winter of 1889 to 1890 was an extremely hard winter, according to Ben's journal. The Star Valley party could have not got through the winter without the help of the LDS Church and the welfare program, and the Montpelier people who loaded the relief party sleds with flour, sugar, salt, bacon, molasses in large wooden barrels. When the food arrived in Star Valley, it was the greatest banquet that was ever held or ever will be held. Ben could remember the Indian scare of 1896. The Indians were very hostile about the game laws. When 2 Indians were killed in an attempt to enforce the laws, the tribes gathered in Alpine, coming from as far away as Lander, Bighorn, Snake River, Pocatello, and the Fort Hall for a powwow. A troop of 250 soldiers came to protect the people. This seemed to put the fear of Uncle Sam into the Indians, and they left as fast as they came. The Nield family played a significant role in the moving mail, passengers, and freight from 1890 on. At the age of 16, Ben helped the family carry the U.S. mail between Star Valley and Montpelier. They hauled the daily mail for 12 years over the Crow Creek Road. On February 5th, 1903, he was married to Ada Luane Allred in the Logan, Utah temple. And then Ben received a call on March the 3rd of 1903 to serve in a mission in the eastern states. They had 4 children, Harold, Rollo, Ross, and Donovan. Harold and Donna B. died at a very young age. In their young married life, Ben and Ada made homestead entries on the 160 acres west of Afton. The deed was signed by the President of the United States, Woodrow Wilson. Ben helped pioneer the homestead and the cattle business in Star Valley with his father and brothers, which his two sons, Ross and Rollo. Ben ran the largest Hereford cattle ranch in Star Valley for many years. For 67 years, Ben and Ada were always together as working partners on the ranch, serving in the church, community, and family heritage. Ben continued life and involvement in the church, serving in the calling. He served as a counselor to two bishoprics. Ben was very active in the community leaders, serving on the Town of Afton Town Council, as mayor of Afton, and as a justice of the peace. He was a Lincoln County Commissioner for 3 terms. As board president of the Federal Land Bank, he headed up delegations to the nation's capital in behalf of Lincoln County and the town of Afton. Ben died February 20th, 1980, and lived for nearly 100 years. He loves Star Valley, and having been part of 90 years of growth and change. I get to say, being the oldest grandson, and I was very close to my grandpa and grandma. And I remember all the work that they'd done, and it didn't seem like work at the time, but it seemed like every day it was hay, or taking care of cattle, chickens, pigs, and a big garden. And they worked it just as a big family, and I'll never forget my grandpa. And I've got to make thanks to all the people that helped us put this together. My wife, for one, that done most of it. I'm just up here being scared. We had a good friend, Jane Evans, that helped us with writing the articles and putting all these journals together in a short form. And I got a thanks for my cousin Farrell Nield and Carol helping with this. It's been a big help. And we sure appreciate y'all coming. Thank you.
Would the Nield family please stand up?
Nice picture. Nice picture, isn't it?